everyone and welcome back to the channel. And today we're doing a review of Oculus Quest facial interface replacements. So that is taking the out-of-box foam facial interface that comes with the Oculus Quest and replacing it with a third-party aftermarket version. In this case, that's one by Kiwi Design. So I've been using this on the Oculus Quest for the last 2 weeks. So I'll be giving you my pros and cons and whether I think it's worth your money to upgrade from this to this. Let's get on to it. So before we go any further, please don't forget to like and share this video and also hit that subscribe button for the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. It really helps the channel out. Also, if you're looking for a more in-depth review of the Oculus Quest, then please hit that card up above, which will take you to my 1-year review of the Oculus Quest and whether it's still worth buying in 2020. I'd like to point out that Kiwi Design did send me this review unit, but that in no way biases my opinion, and you will still get my honest pros and cons and whether I think this is worth buying by the end of the video. Now, originally when I got the Oculus Quest, I was playing a lot of fitness games and the foam cover of the Oculus Quest was really soaking up the sweat, which is pretty gross. So I really wanted a way of actually stopping that from happening. So what I did do is I got a silicone cover for the foam pad, and this went over the top and really stopped the foam from soaking up sweat. The downside of it though was that it's quite slippery when it is wet, and therefore you've really got to clamp down on the straps in order to make it tight and stop slipping around your head and your face. So what that meant is there's a lot of pressure on your face from the facial interface itself, also on the back of your head. You've got the straps really pulling in, so it really meant that the headset wasn't that comfortable for a long period of time. So with the Kiwi Design replacement, I've been using that for the last 2 weeks, and there's definitely some significant pros and cons to actually using it. Let's get into the unboxing. So out of the box, you've got the facial interface, you've got 2 face pads, you've got the nose hood itself, and you've got a lens pad cover to help protect the lenses when you're not using it. Interesting thing about the facial interface is it has some vents over the top of it that are supposed to let hot air get out of the unit. So one of the things with the Oculus Quest when you're playing is it can get quite hot, which means your lenses fog up. So these vents at the top are trying to help prevent that from happening. You've also got the side of the interface itself is a bit more of a plastic surround than the outer box Oculus cover, so that should give a better surround to your face and help block out light coming in from the side. The nose hood can go one of 2 ways into the Oculus Quest itself, either with the material at the top or the bottom. With the material on the bottom, it kind of sat just underneath my nose, which wasn't really comfortable, but if I turned it round the other way, then the material sat on my nose, which was a lot more comfortable. What I will say is it definitely let in more light than the silicone cover did. Now, when I was playing, I thought that would actually be a significant negative, and you do notice it when you first put the headset on because you get this light coming in from underneath. However, once you start playing a game, I actually didn't notice it. There is actually a pro to this because what it means is it helps to let cold air into the Quest itself, again helping to reduce heat. So if you've got the vents out at the top letting heat out and you've got a bit of a gap underneath letting cold air in, again it all helps to keep the Quest and yourself cooler for longer, so your lenses actually don't steam up. One thing I was worried about with the vents on the top though was that it would actually let light in. So you'd have light from the bottom, you'd have light from the top, and it would be a complete disaster. However, they've designed it really well. You don't get any light bleed coming in from the top at all, but they still somehow let air out. And to me, that's been a significant benefit to using it over the standard Oculus facial interface. So I tried both the thick and the thin pads. The thin pads I threw away pretty quickly because it was just a weird design. It was too thin to start with, and so my forehead would actually touch the inside of the top of the lenses of the Oculus Quest, and the bottom of the pad was so long that it would overstretch the surround of the facial interface itself. It would actually poke into the side of your nose, and that's on both sides, so it was really uncomfortable. So I got rid of that and concentrated on the thicker pad. I will say the thicker pad isn't overly thick, so it's a comfort fit rather than a really thick pad, and that's been way better. It fits the facial interface properly, it's more comfortable, and I really like that thickness. One thing I did like about the facial interface was that there was Velcro all the way around the interface. So a lot of cheaper third-party interfaces, you'll find that they've only put Velcro in a couple of places around the facial interface, primarily to save money, but it means that it's not as snug and tight a fit between the pad and the interface itself. With this, you've got a Velcro all the way around, so it's a real sturdy, solid fit between the two things. I've got no concerns about the two things coming apart. Okay, so to summarize, do I think this is worth the money? Do I think it's worth $33 to get this over and above the facial interface that comes with the Oculus Quest out of the box? Yes, I do. Certainly there's a few negatives against it. I wouldn't use the thin cover. It wasn't a good fit for me. But that's really the only significant negative. If you're really bothered about the light bleed because of the nose hood underneath, I would take that off and replace that with a silicone standalone nose piece, which you can get from other third parties. I'm hoping Kiwi Design actually watch this, take note, and actually do the switch themselves so that we don't have to bother. But just using the thick pad and using this interface, for me, it kept me cooler, which meant I could play for longer, and also because it stays put on your face better and it's a better fit, it's more comfortable, so it allows for longer gaming sessions, which for me is a win. There are a few alternatives out there, but they're not ones that I've had a chance to review yet. If it's a pure choice between this and the standard cover that comes on the Oculus Quest, I would definitely get this. It is worth the money. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for everybody and it helped you decide whether to get this or not. Don't forget to like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post up new videos. And I'll see you in the next one.